Hello there guys, below 10,000 here, bringing you episode 20 of Rate Their Chances, the series where we rate the chances for potential newcomers making it into the base roster for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, inspired by the thread of the same name over on Smashboards, which you can find in the description down below. If you guys haven't checked out the previous 19 episodes in this series, then please consider clicking the card in the top right corner and checking out all of those videos to see all of the characters that have been rated so far, or you can check the spreadsheet in the description that will give you all that information without having to watch the videos. So today we are going to be doing another re-rate special, only this time, this re-rate special has a lot of stakes going into it because we are not only re-rating characters, we are taking characters out of contention. By the end of this episode, I am going to have a list of 20 characters who I feel still are in contention to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, in comparison to the 50 plus characters that were still in contention as of the start of this video. So, there are a lot of characters, and I am going to go through the 20 characters that I have decided to keep going and that I am hopefully going to be re-rating. Some of them going to get re-rates, some of them will stay in the same position. If a character is not mentioned, then they will have gotten a 0%. But I'm not going to list all the 0%ers off because that spoils the fun. So let's just get started. At number 20, on the lowest point of the leaderboard, we have Dixie. Now, Dixie was rated in episode 2, and his original rating at the end of the last re-rate special was 50% want, 50% chance, 80% want. And the 80% want, the want scores have basically stayed the same for every character, but the chance scores have changed. Dixie has experienced a massive drop. He has gone from 50% to 15%, and let me tell you why. Dixie as a Pokemon is one of the characters that people really want to see join the Smash roster. However, he has been overshadowed by not just Incineroar, but other potential Generation 7 picks as well, and it feels like ever since E3, Dixie has just lost that luster that made him so interesting to a majority of the community. And with a lot less support, I just feel like his inclusion is a lot less likely, and it does feel kind of bandwagony, which is why he is only at 15% on this list. In 19th place, we have another loss. We have got Karate Joe. He was last seen in 50%, 50% chance, 50% want. He has been knocked down to a 20% chance, and this is mainly because I don't know if Rhythm Heaven really has got what it takes to become a new IP in Smash that is going to be represented. I'm just not really feeling the Rhythm Heaven love myself in terms of like a gut feeling. A lot of these characters, by the way, I'm just going to say this, a lot of these ratings, a lot of these characters, this is very much my gut feeling for a lot of these characters. I know that every character on this list has reasons to be in the game. I just feel like some are a bit more prioritized than others, and I just don't think Karate Joe's time is now, which is why he's in 19th, but if he gets into the game, well, at least he's one of the top 20 out of all the constant friggin' hundreds that I had to rate. In 18th place, we have got the Octolings. They dropped from 80% to 20%, and they are now my least speculated Echo of the 3 Echoes I have on this list, spoilers, 4 Echoes even, and I personally just don't think the Octolings are going to be happening anymore. I was convinced they'd happen up until the September Direct where we saw nothing from them, and I feel like if we're going to get more Echoes, I am more sold on the more popular 3 Echoes on this list, and I don't think we're going to get 4 new Echo Fighters. I think 3 is the maximum, maybe 2 if the game is really coming to a close with its newcomers. I just don't think the Octolings are going to happen. So, in 17th place, and this is another little bit of a hit, we have got Raymond. Raymond went from 50% to 25%. Now, Rayman obviously comes from Ubisoft, and everyone has been kind of speculating he would be in the game. I was convinced for a while that he would make it in. He's got the case, he's got the argument. However, just looking at these characters and looking at the speculated characters, the leaked characters, the characters that are on people's minds, Rayman is just surprisingly not around anymore, and I'm not sure if Ubisoft was friends with Nintendo long enough to really kind of get Rayman in this Smash game, at least for the base roster. I think he could come in as DLC, but I feel like Nintendo's big partnerships with Ubisoft came just a little bit too late. Okay, so in 16th place, we've got Dylan from Dylan's Rolling Western, who is in the same spot that he was in before 25%, 70%, no movement. Same reasons as before. I think the fact that his assist trophy is missing is kind of interesting. He's a character that people know. He's been requested in the past. I don't think he's gonna happen, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be writing him off of this list simply because his assist trophy is still missing, and we don't know if it's gonna return or if he's gonna come in as playable, so I want to keep him on this list anyway. Someone else who has gone down in 15th place, we've got Shantae. She's gone from 50% to 30%. I'm not sure why. I just feel like the Shantae hype that I had surrounding her once Shovel Knight was revealed in August, I think is kind of petering out. I'm just not sure if Shantae is going to be a character that they will save for a Smash Direct to reveal in the future, because I feel like the last reveals we're going to get are Smash Direct reveals. We're not going to get another normal Nintendo Direct since we had one in September. So I'm just going to have to put Shantae at 30%. It's just my gut feeling. I don't know if she's going to be in, and I'm a little less confident on her than before. Hachi is in 14th place. He has gone up by 10% from 20% last week to 30% this week. I feel like after mulling it over and thinking about it, he is definitely the most likely Bandai Namco character to potentially get in. They have tried to work him into Smash before, and if Bandai Namco are going to get a second character after Pac-Man, I can totally see Hachi being the main pick. So I am keeping Hachi's chances open, but obviously, if they're underneath 50%, I'm not as hopeful, about the characters. So after Hachi in 13th place, we have got Elma from Xenoblade Chronicles X. Elma actually had a 40% chance at the start of the last rate, but she is now at 35%. I've knocked her down by about 5%. The reason why she's still on this list, and why she has beaten out a lot of characters to stay on this list, and why I feel that she is still somewhat in contention, is quite simply that Xenoblade is a pretty awesome franchise, and I feel like even though Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came a little bit too late in the lifespan of Smash Ultimate, Xenoblade Chronicles X did not. I would not be surprised if we got something from Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Elma would be a nice surprise for that. I just feel like it would be very interesting if we load up the game and it turns out that Gaur Plains and Xenoblade Chronicles 1 music is all we're going to be getting for that franchise. So after Elma, we have another character who's lost a little bit of power. Paper Mario, he's gone from 45% to 35%. He's had a bit of a rough time. You see, Paper Mario, I feel like people are starting to come around to the idea that he might not be playable, he might be an assist trophy, or something else represented in the game. I'm a little less hesitant to say he's playable at this point, given Sakurai says they're slowing down on newcomers, and it feels like we're getting to the denouement. I feel there's only like 5 or 6 newcomers left in my opinion, and I just don't think that Paper Mario is going to be one of them, which is why he's at 35%. But I still think he could appear as an assist trophy or something, which is why I'm keeping him on this list, just in case. It's fun to not only predict characters, but to predict assist trophies and stuff as well. So after Paper Mario, we've got Steve from Minecraft, who got a boost from 30% to 40%. Not a big boost, but I do need to address, obviously, that Steve has been floating around the fandom. A lot of people have been taking the leaks Vergaben and that other leaker, Sengokahara, I think her name was, that they were, they basically said that Steve was going to be in Smash. Well, one of them did. Vergaben said not. And then, apparently, they went back on saying that he's going to be in Smash, and now they have no idea if he's going to be in as a character or not, so that's fun. But I feel like Steve is a character that a lot of people are sleeping on, I'd like to say. A lot of people may call me biased because I was a Minecraft channel, but I don't have a problem if Steve gets in, but obviously there are many characters that I think are above him in the priority list, but Steve is definitely in there, and I think it would be foolish to discount him simply because Minecraft doesn't fit in Smash Brothers, or Steve's animations would look wonky. You know, I just feel like Steve could happen, and I've got a genuinely just weird gut feeling about it. So, tied with Steve, actually, on this list, we have got, and so Steve was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Steve was the 11th place. So we're going into the top, I believe top 10 now. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're going into the top 10. At number 10, we've got Skull Kid. Skull Kid has dropped once again back from 50% after a re-rate in a random video to 40%, which was the rating I gave him after my last re-rate special. I'm not feeling Skull Kid anymore, guys. I feel like I got baited. I feel like I really did get baited. Obviously, a lot of the Skull Kid supporters who people were, like, citing as the reason why the leak was true, or reason why he'd be in the game, they came out and said, oh yeah, we were just guessing. We were just having fun. We were trolling, you know. Loz did. There was a user on, I believe, Resetera who also did that. So, Skull Kid, I feel, was a bandwagon character, and I've said that from the beginning. I felt like his popularity came out of nowhere, and I know people tried to justify his popularity being there the whole time, and I'm not denying that. Skull Kid is a popular character, but he wasn't on the consolidation polls for Smash 4's DLC. He wasn't Isabelle either, because Isabelle was always going to get in. So really, I just feel like Skull Kid is losing traction, and I'm just a lot more hesitant to say he's going to be in the game. In 9th place, we've got Dixie Kong as an Echo, and she has a 45% chance, dropping from 70%. Like, that's a big drop. I'm a little less hesitant to, or a little more hesitant even, to say that Dixie's going to be in the game, simply because if we believe that Ken screenshot rumor that we saw, then that's one Echo taken out, and assuming we get 2 more Echoes, I feel like the next character on the list is kind of more likely. I would like Dixie Kong. I think she would be cool. I think she would be cooler than both the Echoes who I think are going to happen, and I would be so happy for her fans, especially since she was meant to be in Brawl, but I'm not too sure at this point. So now we're getting into the top 8. These are the guys who have managed to keep above a 50% chance score. And we're going to start with Shadow as an Echo Fighter of Sonic with a 50% drop from 70%. My faith in Shadow has dropped somewhat, but I still think if we are going to get, say, 2 more Echoes, he's going to be one of them, I feel. I do really think that Shadow has a better shot than Dixie and the Octolings, at least as far as Echo status goes. The popularity is there within the Smash community. I could see Shadow happening, and the only reason he's kind of knocked down is because there are just some more characters that I feel might have more of a shot at getting in. So, also at a 50%, basically sticking exactly where they were, Banjo and Kazooie. I still have them at basically a 50-50%. They're either getting in or they're not, and I feel like if they don't get into the base roster, they will probably get into the game via DLC, but I still have them at a 50% because while there are a lot of people in the community who are high on them, and while I know they were highly requested in the ballot, Microsoft is a company that the Smash team has not worked with before, and that is a big thing. But if Banjo or Steve gets in, it's good for the other character, so they kind of help each other. If Steve gets in, you can expect Banjo to be on his way for DLC, or if both of them get in, that would be amazing. So this is the character who I feel actually got the biggest boost out of all the characters. This person I had written off. I had completely written off until the Vergaben's Square Enix leak. And this character is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. He's gone from 10%, near the bottom of the leaderboard, to 55%. And here is why. Sora was requested in the ballot. I'm not going to deny that. Sora had his fans. There were people at Game Explain who wanted him. There were big YouTubers who wanted him. So clearly they probably got some of their fans to, you know, help kind of ask for Sora in the ballot. I feel like if Square Enix is going to get a character and it's not going to be a certain blue puppet, then I feel like Sora is the most likely other candidate, assuming they don't just add another Final Fantasy character. Like, no offense to Chrono Trigger, or Tomb Raider, or any of those franchises, but or World Ends With You, but I just don't think that they kind of hold a candle to Kingdom Hearts in terms of, like, Sora. And I feel like, given Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out just a month after Smash, it makes sense to add Sora into this massive fighting game so that they can kind of drum up hype for their latest game. I feel like it's a good marketing tactic, and I just feel like Sora would work in Smash. I don't agree with everyone who's like, oh, he's Disney, he won't work. He works in Smash. He's got a fucking Keyblade. That's like the most Smash fucking weapon you can get in the world. But I don't think he's like my top newcomer. So now we're in the top 5. These are my top 5 characters who I think will be happening. However, there's only 2 of them that I'm really confident on, to be honest, and they're the top 2. So at 5th place, we've got Bandana Dee. He was at a 50%, he's been moved up to a 65%. Good on Bandana Dee, very proud of him, he's done his job. Bandana Dee, you all know, I really want him in the game. I think out of all the Kirby reps, he has just earned his spot. And I don't like to say that characters deserve a spot, especially because that's a very subjective sort of statement to make. But Bandana Dee, goddammit, he deserves to be the next Kirby rep. I'm sorry. He is literally the most important playable hero in Kirby, next to Kirby, DDD, and Meta Knight. And I feel like everyone who's clamoring for villains, I'm just like, King DDD and Meta Knight already kind of have the villain quota for Kirby covered because they were originally villains. So I just feel like maybe Bandana Dee, it's just his time, and I'm still high on him. I know there are a lot of people who aren't too sure, but I'm still going to be repping Bandana Boy. I'm going to hope he's in. At number 4, getting a 5% increase, we have got Isaac from Golden Sun. He's gone from 60% to 65%. I'm not comfortable giving him a 70% or above because I'm still admittedly not that confident in his chances. I think out of first-party Nintendo IPs that have not been represented, he is 100% the one that I think has the most chance to get in. But I am just genuinely scared that Sakurai is just going to pass him up again, because it's been this long and there's no prominent leakers talking about him, there's no real information about him. I'm scared that maybe his assist trophy might come back and that'll ruin his dreams of being playable. God, I'm scared. And then there's all the people on Twitter who keep tagging me saying he's not going to get in. That's fun. So I'm going to put him at a cool 65%. He's still my 4th most expected character. But the fact that he is at a 65% really says a lot about how much I'm expecting these characters. I'm not confident in a lot of them at all. And it's just interesting kind of looking at these characters and thinking some of these are going to be in the game. So, obviously, we're going to move on to our top 3, and at number 3 we have Incineroar with 75%. He has stayed in the exact same spot as before. I really do believe that Incineroar is coming. I know that not a lot of people believe Vergaben, I know not a lot of people want to believe Vergaben, but he has not got a lot right or a lot wrong, in a sense. Like, he is very middle of the ground, and it comes to whether you trust him or not, and I just feel like Incineroar is such a big kill for someone's leak that you wouldn't want to leak that. So Incineroar, I think, is actually one of his least safe picks that he's actually leaked. And if it comes true, it's going to be big. It's going to be big for Vergaben, and I do think Incineroar is likely. Just based on how Pokemon are picked, concept art, Incineroar has it. He's just an all-around interesting Pokemon, and while I'm not the biggest fan of fire types myself, I could see why people want Incineroar, and I think he is more likely than Decidueye, for sure. Top 2 now. These are the 2 characters who I just think are definitely in the game at this point. I don't think there's any contest. These 2 are probably in the game. And at number 2, we've got Geno, 90%. He's gone up by 5%. Geno, I genuinely think, is in the game. He's my most wanted of these top three, although Isaac is my most wanted overall. But Geno, I just think he's got the perfect road to get into the game. I feel like with Cloud in the game, and he had a costume in Smash 4, I think it only makes sense to just upgrade him to playable. Square can throw Sakurai a bone, give Geno this chance to actually be playable, and it's gonna be a good time. So, lastly, we come to the pretty obvious Ken Echo Fighter, who is in the exact same spot he was in last week, 95% want, and 95% chance and a 45% want. I think Ken is the most likely character to get in because I actually believe that screenshot leak, and I think that was a legit screenshot. So Ken's in, everyone. Let's call that a day. I do not need to explain Ken. You all know why Ken feels likely. He is like the most speculated Echo Fighter right now, and I think he's in. So if we look at that, I'm going to go back to the main sheet. We are losing a lot of big characters. Some of the big losses were Impa, who was a 75% Echo Fighter. I scratched her off. I just feel like her days are numbered. I don't think she's going to be happening anymore. Tails, Chorus Kids, Travis Touchdown, Monster Hunter, Medusa, Sceptile, Ninten, Viridi, Chibi Robo. All those guys got cut down, and then literally everyone else also taken out as well. Some of the sad ones, I really didn't want to get rid of Bub and Bob, but I just don't think they're going to be happening. I'm so sorry, Bub and Bob Twitter. Please don't unfollow me. You're awesome. Really, this was an incredibly difficult video to make because I am having to narrow down a lot of characters to just 20. But I'm guessing you guys are wondering how Rate Their Chances is going to work from here. Well, this lovely little board right here is the new board, and effectively when I rate new characters, if they manage to get a rating that beats the rating of a character that is currently listed in this top 20, then that character at the bottom of the top 20 board will get kicked out. And that's how it's going to work from this point onwards. So it's going to get interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with me the 20 characters who you think are the most likely to be in Smash Ultimate in the comments below, and make sure to leave your comments and your thoughts on who you want to see me rate next. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Check out my Discord down below. Goodbye.